Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday Words. We are here again in week 4 of NaNoWriMo prep? Week 5? Week 5. Yeah. Holy cow. So today is the 19th. Next week it's the 26th. And then the week after that, it'll be the 2nd of November, guys. And we will be in NaNoWriMo. You got a week and a bit to get all the prep done. Whee! It's exciting. I'm actually very excited. I'm very happy that I'm going to be getting to finish up the Alexander Taylor triad. God, my brain is just not working this morning. For what it's worth, I got my COVID shot on Sunday and I got my flu shot yesterday. So my brain is really addled and my arm is swollen. Ah, joy. Anyway, let's talk NaNoWriMo because we're coming up on the the starting line rather rapidly. So the prep for this week is your pre-NaNoWriMo non-noveling checklist. So this is on the NaNoWriMo website, which you can find in the information below. You'll see I have, or they have, a whole bunch of things that you can do to get ready for NaNoWriMo. So they talk about stock up on writing fuel, plan out your meals, that kind of thing. So what I usually do, I have my family trained now, but when I didn't yet have them trained, what I did was I sat down and I said, okay, look, I'm going to be writing for November. Nothing happens until I get my words written. And I always write in the morning because that's when I do my best work. So I would say to people, don't bug me until you see me come down for that second coffee because I'm not ready for anything except writing. Pick your writing time and let your family know. This does two things. One, it makes them leave you alone while you're writing. And two, it gives you reason to go and write because they're counting on you to finish what you've said you're going to do. That accountability is part of what NaNoWriMo is so good for. You're writing with thousands and thousands of other people, and it gives you impetus. It gives you accountability to other people. For that reason, if you'd like to buddy with me on NaNoWriMo, I am Rev Allyson, REVALLYSON. Yes, because I happen to be a reverend, and you can be a buddy with me. I will happily write alongside you. Oh, coffee. The world is good. But as you're prepping for Nano, you want to make sure, have an idea of what your meals are going to be like for November, especially if you're like me and you're in charge of the cooking. November is the all crock pot all the time meals. I get up in the morning, I make breakfast, I make lunch, and then I put dinner on. So when it's lunchtime, I just come down and I hand out lunch. Breakfast is done and dinner goes on right away. And that way, everything that's really important is done early in the day and I have time to go and write and I have my own accountability for that. This is when you pull out all those lovely, like I said, crock pot meals, quick soups, instant soups even. It's soup weather, it's cold out there. We had a first heavy freeze last night. And so, it's time to enjoy your soups and stews. You can even do prepackaged stuff. I won't judge you. And anybody who does can just go away. And if you need recipes, talk to me. I may have written a cookbook or two. Talk to other people in your family and divvy up chores. Most of the time, if you're just saying, hey, I'm just doing this for 30 days, people will make a little bit of room for you. And I know my family especially has a hard time with it, but they manage to really support me and hold me up during the NaNoWriMo process. So other people help out with chores now. And a lot of times I'll do extra chores coming up to November so that they know, I'm paying in advance for this. If you've got any big fall cleaning stuff you need to do it before November rolls around so that you don't have to deal with stuff. Make yourself a special writing area. You can see my little library here is set up. Now, admittedly, this is just a backdrop, but this is my work area. And I sit here every day or most days, and I work on writing, whether I'm working on my current cookbook or some of the other things that I have. I have several other projects kind of floating around in the background. And I do my marketing here. This is my writing space. This is my do not disturb space. And I love being in here because it's comfortable. It's set up for me. I have a lovely window in front of me, which gives me natural light. I can see the trees outside. If it's snowing or raining, I can see that. I have a plant to put up there now, which I haven't got up here yet. So, you just make that work for you. Set that space aside to be your writing space. Now, I will say, 2 years ago, when I had this space wasn't set up for me and I hadn't fixed it up for this, I sat on the bed. I had a laptop desk and my Chromebook, which is what I write on, and I sat down every day on my bed. And I had a particular way that I sat there so that it was different from how I sleep there, so that my brain didn't, correlate the things. And I made sure that it was right and ready for me each day. Excuse me. If you are in school or you have work projects coming up, try and get them done beforehand or get a chunk of them done beforehand so that you're not left suffering at the last minute. Make yourself a do not disturb sign and put it on the door. And that might seem like a really silly one, but I got to tell you, I made one a number of years ago, for my first Nano win, I think. And I put it up on the door of my space. And what a difference. People actually read it and went, it's not so much that they read it and went, oh, I shouldn't bother Allie. They were like, oh, wait, she told us. That's right. She's working. And it just reminds people in a gentle way. And mine is funny. It's like, do not disturb me unless the house is on fire, a limb has been detached, or coffee is ready. And it's just a memory jog for people. Make sure you let your people know that you're writing. Sorry, I have a bunny running around in here. Again, this is partly the, hey guys, I'm actually sitting and doing something during this time. I'm not just on Facebook or, reading emails. I'm writing. I'm trying to make a book. And it's also that accountability. They expect you to write a book. And so now you have to. Find an accountability buddy. Find somebody to buddy up with, whether it's on the Nano website or in person or somebody in your neighborhood or a friend online, and write together, write at the same time or write at separate times and be cheerleading for them. These are all things you can do. The other thing that this is a good time to do is go to the NaNoWriMo website and sign up. It is free. You don't have to pay anything. I've belonged for several years. I adore it. I love it. Oh, excuse me. And be aware, there are NaNoWriMo events, and this year we are having some in-person events and some virtual events, so you'll get your pick. Some people don't feel ready to get together, and that's okay. Some people want to get together at libraries to do writing, and that's cool too. Whatever your comfort level. And taking into account, are you vaccinated? Are you healthy? I've had all of my vaccines now and I'm healthy. I've had COVID. I know it was mild. I already know what will happen when I get it again, because I'm sure, like with the flu and the cold, eventually I will. So I'm lucky, knock on wood. I'm not really expecting anything horrible to happen. I'm willing and ready to go out and be in the world again. Not everybody's there. Please don't shame those who aren't feeling ready, whether that's because they have anxiety or whether it's because they have some sort of major health issue, which would be, horribly exacerbated by getting COVID. Or they have, friends, family who have long COVID, because I have several friends who have long COVID. I was really worried because I have a lot of upper respiratory issues most winters. I was concerned that if I got COVID, I was going to be in a really bad place. And it turned out it wasn't that bad for me. And I did not get long COVID. So I'm lucky. And I try to keep in mind how lucky I am. I keep vaxxed because I want to help out the people who can't be vaxxed. And there are a number of you out there. And I love you dearly and you're good friends. And I don't want you to get hurt. And that's where I'm at. Anyway, join up. Nano has, like I said, both in-person and online events. And so you can go to either or both. I don't have a car, and I don't drive. So it's nice having the choice of going to the online stuff because I can go and do that without leaving my house. I can be in my little library. And on the NaNoWriMo.org website, you can join for, everybody has a local region, and so you can join your local region. Then it'll give you emails, from the person who's in charge of your area saying, hey, you can do this. And hey, we're having this event, whether it's online or in person. You'll get to know other people in your area who are writing. Yeah, so there you go. That's the NaNoWriMo prep part. So one of the tools that I use in my writing and I really, really like is Readsy. And Readsy is sort of a hybrid thing. So I'm in it not because of all of the other tools, but because it has a writing tool. And that writing tool is very similar to the Noveler tool, but it's free. Noveler went to pay, and while that's wonderful for those people who can afford it, and I don't object to them asking for payment. Absolutely not. They have to make their money too, but I just don't have money to give them. The term starving artist is not just a thing. It's a real thing with me. I don't make a lot of money on my books. So anyway, I use Readsy because it's free. It has a wonderful way to move your chapters around. And while that's not such a big deal when you're writing fiction, when you're writing nonfiction, it's really handy. It also keeps track of your words. It'll email you and say, hey, you haven't written in a couple of days. Are you behind? Which is what I got this morning. I was like, what? Oh, yeah, that's right. I set it up for NaNoWriMo so that it would email me every day and say, hey, you haven't written yet. And of course, you can't have it start in the future. So it started right away. And I was like, you didn't get in today. So now it's telling me I need to get in today. Anyway, the person who runs Readsy is Martin Kavanaugh. And every day or a few times a week, he sends out this little Readsy email. And you can subscribe or unsubscribe and still be a member of Readsy. You don't have to have it. But he has the guide to winning NaNoWriMo. And I'm just opening it now for the first time. He talks about the rules. He gives digital banners, talks about how to register, why you should join NaNoWriMo, and then his tips. Find a story you love, understand what people like to read, come up with strong characters, write a single sentence story concept before you start. That's a good one. Consider writing a chapter by chapter outline. So I'm not a planner in that I make these deep plans. I am a plantser, a combination of planning and not planning. What I do is I try to write a paragraph of what the basis of the book is. And then I write a sentence or two for each chapter, what's going to be covered. And then if there's any major world plot points that need to happen, I'll jot those in point form. That's it. So I end up with maybe 20, 30 sentences written. It doesn't take very long. And I do it before Nano so that if I get stuck, I know where to go. I know what direction I'm moving in. Do your world building, let your characters determine the story, treat your writing time as a job, set ground rules in advance of November. That's what we're doing right now, folks. You want to make sure that you have everything set up before November comes, because if you're trying to do it on Tuesday morning on November 1st, you're setting yourself up for failure. Set yourself up to win now. Anyway, Readsy has all these wonderful articles that they send in, and there's little contests they do. They have how to prepare for challenges, just all sorts of really fun stuff. I really recommend it. It is worthwhile joining up. And they also have, like I said, the Readsy isn't just for writing on. They're a platform that does all sorts of stuff. I'm pulling it up so that I can actually tell you about it while I'm sitting here talking. So it's Readsy, REEDSY.com. And of course, now it's not coming up because I'm trying to get it to load. There we go. So it has a marketplace. So you can look for professionals that specialize in editing, editorial, indexing, proofreading, how to do a query letter. You can refine by fiction and nonfiction, different genres and languages. There's statistics and finances and frequently asked questions. They have this huge thing that you can go out and get set up. And yes, those services are for pay, but that's okay. Those are people who are earning a living, just like we're trying to do. So, but from everything I've heard from people who've employed people in Readsy, they're a good crew. And the people that I've interacted with certainly have been professional, communicative, helpful. So yeah, I give them 2 thumbs up. Sorry, the other one's hidden. It's there. It's just holding my coffee. So yeah, I really hope that, we'll check in next week. Next week is the last week of prep. We will have 5 days left as of next Tuesday. Right now we only have 12 days. 12 days. Time to put on our thinking hats, get everything set. Set up the library for writing in. Get yourself all organized and ready and comfortable and prepared. Stock up on coffee. Get snacks that you like to eat while writing. There's all sorts of little things you can do, like set up a gumball machine and allow yourself to have, 1 gumball or 3 jelly beans every time you get 1,000 words written or whatever. Pick a thing, or give, I like to give myself little treats. So like I buy a big pack of erasers, and every time I finish my word count for the day, I get another eraser and I stick them up on my windowsill and they look at me. They're my circle of judgment. So whatever works for you, but make it work. You can do this, guys. I really want to write with you. I want you to write with me. I want you to hold me accountable, and I will help hold you accountable, and we will make this an amazing NaNoWriMo. And don't forget, NaNoWriMo is the easy part, because after NaNoWriMo, there's the editing. Please do not go into this thinking that you're going to write 50,000 words in 30 days and that's it, it's done. No, absolutely not. No, that's when the real work begins. But we'll talk about that in December, okay? You guys have yourself a great week. Anybody who's going to the closing weekend of King Richard's Fair, I will be there on Sunday. I will be probably dressed as a Viking. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I'm thinking Viking, but I haven't done it for sure. But I'll be dressed up. So I hope I see you there. I love you guys all. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Pass the video along to anybody else who you think would be interested. And have a great week. Drink coffee. Hydrate.